Hi, welcome back to Food Travel Shopping Channel, and you're watching another episode of Restaurant Remake. Today I am making a famous traditional Hong Kong style sweet and sour pork with pineapple. In Chinese we call it gu lou you. So I present you the sweet and sour pork with pineapple, known as gu lou you. So for those who are back and watching with me, thank you. And for those who are first time watching, you are now gonna be learning some Chinese. So this year I'm gonna throw in some Chinese word, okay? So you can learn along with me with the dishes that I am gonna be cooking. Whenever I'm gonna cook some Chinese food, I will also tell you the name in Cantonese. If you like the results of this sweet and sour pork with pineapple, please continue to watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below. And also at the end of the video, please give a thumbs up by hitting the like button. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, which I will have my Instagram account above. And you can follow me along and you can see what I will be eating on a day-to-day basis. You can follow me on Instagram, so then you can see some of my food pictures if you're wondering what I eat on a day-to-day basis, or even when I visit restaurant. Without further ado, I'm gonna show you how to make this delicious dish. Okay, so let's check out the ingredients to marinate our sweet and sour pork with pineapple. So I have 1.5 pounds of pork shoulder here. I cut into cubes. And we are going to marinate this first. So I have about 1 teaspoon of white pepper. Then I have 2 tablespoons of the soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of the shaoxin cooking wine, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of mix this together. And once you mix it well together, you are going to let it marinate for at least 15 minutes. So I usually do it for approximately 20 minutes, and in the meantime you can prep your other ingredients, such as cutting some peppers, prepping for the pineapple, and just getting other ingredients for this dish. So while I am gonna marinate this, I am gonna introduce to you what other ingredients that you need here. All right, so this is completely mixed and we're gonna set this aside for 15 minutes. Okay, so next to here, I have a cup of the cornstarch here. We are going to coat our pork individually and we're gonna fry them. So I'm gonna show it to you after we marinate and coat this, and I'm gonna fry it. Okay, so let's take a look at what other ingredients that you will need for this dish. Okay, so other ingredients such as bell peppers. So I have green and red bell peppers here. 2 small onions, and you're gonna cut it basically into 4. So really find the small onions, and you want 2 of these small onions, so then you can cut it into 4 pieces each side. So you first cut half and then cut it into 4. So I have some canned pineapple, so you can get 1 canned pineapple. And the regular size of canned pineapple will do, 20 ounces of canned pineapple. Make sure you're gonna reserve 1/2 cup of the pineapple juice here. And I didn't use all the pineapple, I used only 5 slices of the circle disc of the pineapple. Then we have 1 cup of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon of the white rice vinegar. If you don't have white rice vinegar, you can use just white vinegar to substitute. And 3/4 cups of water. And I'll show you how to make the sauce later. And then of course you need extra cornstarch with water, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, as well as 2 tablespoons of water to dilute it. Okay, so after marinated for 15 minutes, we are gonna take each piece and we're gonna individually coat. And you wanna press it a little bit. So you gotta make sure each piece is coated really, really nicely. And basically kind of shake off any extra cornstarch. You're gonna put it in a tray. So that's how you do it, okay? Just individually coat it nicely. All right, so I'm gonna continue to coat each one and then I'm gonna come back and show you the rest. Okay, while you're coating this, you should preheat your oil. So you want approximately 4 cups of oil at least, okay? So depending on what is the size of your wok, okay? So you wanna make sure you be able to at least cover half of the height of each individual pieces of the pork, because when you're gonna fry it, you wanna at least fry it one side and then fry the other side. Now, if you have a deep fryer, then that's even easier. Now, I know not everyone have a deep fryer at home, so today I'm gonna do it over the stove. So just like that, coat individual one, nice and even, kind of pack it in a little bit. And again, make sure you're preheating your oil right now. All right, so here's a little close-up after I have coated each piece of the pork shoulder, each piece with cornstarch. So you can see how nice white coating it is. And now we're gonna go ahead and fry them. All right, so I've been preheating my oil here. I'm gonna do a quick check in terms of what is the temperature right now. I think I should start lowering the heat here. Okay, we want it to be 350. All right, so definitely it is hotter than 350. So we're gonna lower the heat here, lower the temperature here, and let this cool off before we put it in. All right, so now we can put the pork in. And once you put it in, you are going to let it sit there for a minute or two, well, at least 2 minutes. Let it have a very nice coating first. Now this is something that you can do at home if you don't have a deep fryer. And this month I'm featuring my stove wok here, and I have promised you that I am going to use my stove cookware. All right, so just go ahead and fry it for another minute here before. All right, so after 2 minutes, you can kind of toss them around a little bit. Of course, you gotta do them in batches if you're doing this many pieces. So in this case, I would recommend you are going to take the first round out and then we're gonna deep fry it again. All right, so we're gonna take this out, transfer it in a bowl with paper towel here. And then you're gonna continue to do your first batch and just simply repeat the process. All right, so this is the results of the first round of the frying, and we're gonna fry it one more time. I layer it with 2 paper towels, that's the second batch. So now I'm gonna show you to deep fry the second round, and we're just gonna deep fry it for 2 minutes and then take it back out. Okay, so now we're gonna fry the second round. All right, so 2 minutes is close to finish. So we're gonna start taking them out. Okay, transfer over to a new paper towel to kind of absorb any extra oil. And I'm gonna do my second round of the second batch. All right, so now we're going to do our vegetable and we're gonna finish it with the sauce. Okay, so after I clean my wok here, just give it a good clean after we fry it. I reserved 2 tablespoons of the deep frying oil here, so we're gonna put that back in. All right, so we wanna heat up our wok here. Okay, so we're going to stir fry our onions here first. We are gonna add in our red and green peppers. Okay, we are gonna take it back out. All right, so now we are going to add in our ketchup. Okay, add in our brown sugar here. All right, our rice vinegar here. Okay, our pineapple juice. And then 1 cup of water here. All right, so we're gonna bring it back to a boil. And as we're bringing it back to a boil, we're gonna add in our pineapple. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to put in our peppers and onions in as well. So let me just wait for it to boil. All right, so now we're gonna add this back in. Again, bring it back to a boil. Okay, so with the 1 tablespoon of the cornstarch with 2 tablespoons of water, we're now gonna add this in. Make sure the sauce is really in a boil stage here first before we add that in. Okay, which it is. So I'm gonna pour in half first and then pour in the remaining of my cornstarch mixture here. All right, the very last thing is we're gonna put our pork pieces back in, and that is our sweet and sour pork. And once you put it in, you can turn off the flame. And essentially you just want to make sure every pieces of the sweet and sour pork is covered with the sauce. Okay, and that is our sweet and sour pork with pineapple. Okay, so I'm gonna transfer this on the plate here. So for those who follow me with the stove unboxing, I really enjoy using this perfect wok here. So hopefully you enjoy seeing this particular month. I am recommending the sweet and sour pork with pineapple. And I'm using my stove perfect wok here. And it is such a beauty. It is a perfect wok for sure. So I'm just gonna plate this nicely here. This recipe is definitely good to serve for a family of 4 to 5. It is delicious. And the sweet and sour is just, you know, very appetizing. Okay, so for those who are brand new with us, at the end of Restaurant Remake, I usually taste my food. Of course, you gotta taste your own food, right? So I have my sweet and sour pork here. Still crunchy on the outside, even with the sauce. I just love the sweet and sour pork. If you serve it with a bowl of rice, it is just perfect. And what else I like about this dish is that you have pineapple as well as pepper. So the pineapple gives it a little more natural flavor of the sweet and sour at the same time. And the vegetable just gives it other type of crunch. Well, I hope you enjoy another episode of my Restaurant Remake. Don't forget to click the like button below so that more viewers like yourself can enjoy this recipe. And be sure to share this recipe with your friends and family. Check out the description box below in terms of the ingredients. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Restaurant Remake.